This one hurts. This one hurts. Hawks lose 5-4 to the Toronto Maple Leafs on the road in heartbreaking fashion. I'll get some more thoughts on the game overall, but real quick, I want to just go through the game real quick. The game actually starts really well for the Hawks. It's less than 2 minutes into the game. Jonathan Toews finds himself in an odd man rush, 2-on-1. He holds onto the puck and fires it past Peter Mrazek. He's got 2 goals in 2 games, and that's his first 2 of the year. That one was pretty crisp, right off the post in the back of the net. That was a beautiful shot from Toews. And, well, maybe him scoring that goal against Montreal will get him out of this scoring slump. Maybe he'll start contributing more goals. Who knows? But that's where it ends for a bit. As for the remainder of the first period, the Leafs then continued to put in 3 goals by arguably the 3 best players on their roster in Tavares, Nylander, and Matthews. All 3 are now over 10 goals for the season, and Matthews scored his 18th goal in this one. And then in the second period, the Leafs add another marker to make it 4-1 from the fourth line. Pierre Engvall getting the goal, his 4th of the season, and it's 4-1 early in the second period. And this one looks to be a lost cause for the Hawks. How many times have we seen this in the past where they just get down early like this, cannot score, and the game ends up being a 5 or 6-1 defeat? Or they have a nice start and then or they keep it close, but then they surrender that 4-goal streak and the game's out of reach at that point. This has happened plenty of times last year, especially against Tampa Bay, where they were just letting up. And Florida, both Florida teams last year, we had several games where we let up a bunch of goals in succession to the opposition and couldn't dig ourselves out of that hole. Then you remember this is the Toronto Maple Leafs. Their entire history in the last 50 years has been blowing leads. This past decade has been synonymous with blown leads by the Toronto Maple Leafs. That is their defining word. 2 words, to define the Toronto Maple Leafs in this last decade has been blown leads. And they had another one tonight. Another one in this game. It starts with Connor Murphy as he puts one past Mrazek before the end of the second period to make it 4-2 at intermission. And that was a really nice shot. Murphy just kind of went along the boards and just fired a shot, and it somehow beat Mrazek. So you take those and go to intermission down 2. The Hawks will get another goal here in the early stages of the third period as Philip Kurashev pretty much lays out his body to try and keep this puck rolling on an odd man rush alive, and it ends up finding the stick of a wide open Dominic Kubalik, who just blasts it past Mrazek. And it's a 1-goal game, and there's still over 3/4 of this period to go. And then just over halfway through the period, Jake McCabe grabs the puck right next to the blue line and trying to set up another play. He fires a shot on net, and it goes in. Jake McCabe is the one to tie this game. That was not who I was expecting. I don't think anyone was expecting Jake McCabe to be the one to tie this game for the Hawks. I'm honestly more shocked that he got credit for the goal and it wasn't tipped in, because honestly, the way that you look at it live, it looked totally tipped in, but it wasn't. Jake McCabe's going to get credit for the goal from the point-blank shot right on the blue line, basically. And the game is tied with just under 10 minutes to go in the game. A fantastic comeback full of resilience for this team to come back 3 down against one of the top teams in the league on the road. But, it just wasn't meant to be. Because an unlucky bounce for the Hawks spelt their undoing. And say what you want about Kevin Lankinen, I don't know if I really want to blame and put him all at fault for this goal here. Because after it's dumped in, it has an awkward bounce off the glass. Lankinen went behind the net to try and get this dumped puck in and just recover it. But instead it hits the glass at a really weird angle, comes back down on the ice, hits the outside of one of the posts, and pops right back into the slot. And guess who's streaking forward? Former Blackhawk David Kampf, who then just puts it basically in an empty net as Kevin Lankinen, again, trying his best to do anything he can to save that puck. It goes in the back of the net, and there's under a minute and a half to go in this game. The Hawks aren't going to score to tie this game, and they don't, and they lose. This is just a freak play that just, to me, this feels like such a fluky play because it just went off the glass and hit off the boards in an angle that then just made it go off the post and right into the slot onto the stick of David Kampf. I've seen some people say that, Kevin Lankinen was a tear. It was a terrible decision. 10 to net. You stupid, yes, there is some degree to that. He really was not great tonight, letting up 4 goals. 5 goals with that one. But I won't put all of my blame on him for that one. That one just is a freak play, in my opinion. It's a bit of fluky play. Lankinen was playing the puck for a dump in, and you know what? It hits the boards and it goes in the back of the net. You can't really control that. That comes more down to luck more than skill. And it's just unfortunate that Lankinen had to be the victim of such a freak play. It's just unfortunate. And you know what? It hurts more because it was from David Kampf. Kampf played for the Hawks for a while. He was a 4th liner. He scored a couple good goals, but never did anything too outstanding. But this is probably a career-defining moment for David Kampf, as he scored in both games against Chicago. The one in Chicago on the day of reckoning, which we're not going to get into. And then this one, he scores the game winner. This one just hurts, and it just continues the loss-win trend for Derek King, as he just can't seem to get a streak the other way. The Hawks, they come back home from this short little trip, and we're back playing some teams in the Western Conference for a game. And we got the Calgary Flames next at home, and then right after that, it's the Washington Capitals at home. And then we get into some division contests with the Predators and the Stars. So this one hurts quite a bit to lose, especially with the Flames, Caps, and Predators next on our schedule. All 3 of those games at home, thankfully. But man, that one you're going to look at and say, if you miss the playoffs by a few points, you're going to look at that game and say, if we would have won that game and got that game to overtime, we could have at least had a shot. But I'm pretty sure a lot of the people on the team really want that game back and really want those last couple minutes back, that bounce back. But, you're not going to get those back, and that's just how it works. Sometimes, luck doesn't go your way, and you have those unlucky bounces that go against you, and that's just how the game works, and you just have to accept it. So, yeah, we got 3 home games against the Flames, Capitals, and Predators next before we go out to Dallas to play the Stars. Our first game against Dallas this year, that would be. Let's just kind of fingers crossed that this trend continues, because that means we get a victory over the Caps, who are still one of the best teams in the league. Or excuse me, no, the Flames are next. The Flames and then the Predators, which I would love to get another one against the Predators anyway. So let's just get our fingers crossed that hopefully not even it stays that way and we can rattle off 3 straight wins against tough competition. But anyways, that is going to do it for this one. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button a bunch. Hit that subscribe button for more content. And I will see you guys next time.